Hey guys, it's Gunter here from Outdoorphoto, and thank you very much for joining us for another Yes Man review. Today we're having a look at the Sony products that have just hit the market, and I am excited to say that they have gone from very good products to compact, very good products. In terms of the a7C2 and the a7R. These are baby versions, and with baby I have to say that in respect. These are baby versions of the a7 IV and the a7R5. So putting these aside, we've got exactly the same sensors as the a7 IV and the a7R5 in these two little cameras. But what we have are these cute little rangefinders. I think they're cute, but they'll get the job done. With a flip screen like this, I mean, getting out, shooting your content, getting it out and easy, and being this compact, and these things are phenomenal. Full frame sensors, slightly more bulkier than the a7C in the first version, but in all of what you get in this tiny little package, it is absolutely phenomenal. Looking at the a7CR, this one impressed me quite a lot. So both of these obviously have the 33 megapixels and the 61 megapixel sensors respectively from their bigger brothers, and they have pretty much all the functionalities, but they've got a little bit of extra in it. They've got the 7-stop 5-axis image stabilisation in body, and then obviously one of the major factors that have been added to these bodies is your AI focusing systems. That's specifically for tracking and hitting the subjects and staying on your subject without losing focus. It's phenomenal. It's a little bundle of joy. That's what these two cameras are. One of the fascinating things is that they've incorporated the AF framing, the auto framing in these little cameras, which means that if you are setting up and you're vlogging, if you're shooting it out of hand and you've set up your composition already, you can actually have a slightly closer crop and the frame will follow you to a specific degree. Obviously everything has its limitations, but I mean, this compared to this is a massive difference in size and weight. And whilst we're talking about converting from a massive bag like this down to a tiny bag or a little case, easiest way you can do that is by going down to this little gem that they have just released. It is the 70-200 f4, and it is the Mark II version. It is incredibly sharp. The close focus distance on this thing absolutely amazed me. I mean, just picking it up quickly, attaching it onto a camera. Minimum focus distance. There we go, we've got focus on the table. That is insane. So if you are looking for something that's super compact with huge reach and versatility, I think they have smashed it out of the park. It becomes a difficult question when you start asking, are we going to FX30? Are we going a7 IV? I've got one a7 IV, do I get another one? Do I get an a7 V, a7R5? Or do we have a look at something like this, the a7CR? I think it is an absolute little gem. Stills and videos, super quick and easy. The dials and the layout on the camera itself is very at home. The menus and everything, again with a flip out system, with a flip out screen on it. Something else that they've managed to fit into this very tiny ergonomic design with the ports and the outputs. You've obviously got your USB-C and its power input as well, and you've got your mic inputs, you've got headphone out, and you've got a micro HDMI. I know a lot of people said they hate the micro, they prefer the full HDMI outputs, but obviously squeezing those amount of ports into different cameras, you need something that's bulkier, and to keep it down to this size, which is in my mind very practical. We just spent a week out recording somewhere else and we had a ton of gear. All of a sudden, going down to this size makes a massive difference, especially if you're looking at a 70-200 that's about as big as a can of cold drink or a good beer. Sony have smashed it once again. They've brought out another option. The ergonomics on it feels really good. My bulky fat hands pressing a lot of buttons on the back, but for the rest of it, it's working phenomenally. We had a look at some of the video functionality on this product as well, including how you can shoot in S-Log and still have your LUTs displayed in your viewfinder or across on your screen. So even though you're shooting in S-Log, it's displaying it with your LUTs. It's phenomenal. It's everything you need. It's a product that you can grab and go out and get the job done. It packs a punch that I can't explain. I'm super surprised. I really am. If you are a Sony shooter and you're looking for that added body, or you're looking for a more compact, quicker setup, quicker on the run, then these bodies are the options for you. So looking at these two different options, we've got in the a7C2, you've got 4K 60 frames at 10-bit 422 that is pushing out, and it's a single card slot. So you have to keep in mind, obviously, for them to be able to keep it to this tiny and compact size, we're looking at an SD card slot in the side of this little camera. UHS 2, obviously, to handle all the speed and the information written to the cards. And then on this a7R, we are looking at 4K 60 frames at 10-bit 422, keeping it to a versatile SD card, which is a more prominent card, more readily available if you head out into the field, or you need a spare or backup card. Again, you'll be able to get an SD card. You won't always be able to get a CF Express Type A card. So being stuck somewhere in a specific situation, I always prefer SD card slots. I know the functionality, I know the reasons for the CF Express slots and the cards and the technology behind it for it being faster and being able to give you a faster or higher quality image. But again, on this, it's phenomenal. It's basically an a7 IV and an a7 R5. Great little cameras. If you are looking for something to go traveling with, video, vlogging, photos, stills, everything, stills even at 10 frames per second, this with autofocus, it's what you're looking for. It's exactly what you're looking for in a compact little powerhouse of a camera. The quality, image quality out of this is phenomenal. It's everything a Sony shooter loves in a more compact little unit. So if you are shooting and building up bigger rigs, again, this is a smaller body. It takes away some of that extra bulky weight that you don't necessarily need. If you're using external recorders, then this having one single card slot isn't an issue for you. You're going to use the external recorder. It's phenomenal. Get to Outdoorphoto, get your name on the waiting list, come and have a talk to the guys down in the store and be in contact. Get your name on the list for this gear. Chat to you soon.